Hello, Reno. Hi.
Hello. What up, y'all?
There you
My
go.
really
There you
bad
go.
imitation of some American there. What up?
Trust me, you just be careful of the words you use because some of them just sound weird on our side. So I can only imagine. You probably make them sound better anyway. So anyway,
Oh man, I can only try, but yeah, my British accent is definitely coming out there. I'll give
how
you a
you?
funny one. I'll give you a funny one actually. When I was born like in London, right? But I've got a Jamaican heritage, right? And
Oh,
so when I go back home, right, I try to do my Jamaican accent. They'll be like, look at the little English boy. They literally diss me saying, look at the little English boy trying to do a Jamaican accent. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting
oh my gosh! It's like, gee, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Like, you
thanks
already
a
got
lot,
one
man. I
for
appreciate it. I really feel part of the culture. You know what I mean? So
Thank
yeah.
you so much for spending time with us tonight. We are going to be talking about your comic, Righteous Warrior, and the I want to call it a would you call it a segment issue
Yes.
theme?
Yeah. Segment issue. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. We are going to be talking about the segment issue Day of Reckoning for Righteous
Yep.
Warrior.
That's
But
correct.
first, let's just talk about you. Hi. So, what is your journey like? What's your origin story?
Origin story. That me personally, or do you mean more the comic wise? Sorry.
You.
Oh, myself. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'll try and keep it as short as possible. But yeah, I've been working in this, I'd say, for about roughly about 3 years, roughly. Um, I mean, I've gotten it to a decent place, at least in terms of like my comic pages, but I'm still quite relatively new to the whole thing. I'm still kind of learning and everything like that. Yeah, so I started out around late 2020, late 2020 and stuff like that. With it was actually two people, but I'm the sole owner now, unfortunately. But obviously, I mean, it's been a little bit of a journey, just kind of like learning, becoming a better writer, especially. A lot of people ask me if I draw my own comics, but unfortunately I don't. So I have like a team who do that stuff kind of for me, but I'm involved in all of like the creative process, or like the characters, the outfits, their background, of course, the story and all that kind of thing as well. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a journey, I mean, in terms of that. So a lot of back and forth, and stuff like that going on behind the scenes. But I'm in a good place now, and that's the main thing, I'd say.
Good.
Okay, cool. All right, so we know when you started. Was this always a dream of yours, or what was your I don't like what I'm doing right now, so I've moved into comics? What was your previous before comics life like?
Yeah, so I would say, well, I've got a history, I suppose, like, work-wise, I'm actually an educator. I love to teach. So that's one thing. But
Lainey,
There
you
we
found
go.
your people.
Rainy.
International
yeah.
people, Lainey. Just saying.
Nice. Yeah, man. So yeah, I got that, but I've always been an anime fan, especially. Anime came first for me, animation. And then I started looking at like, when sometimes I'm sure you've lot have had this as well, like, and this is when I was really young. Like, let's say, I don't know, like Dragon Ball or one of those old classic shows. There might have been points where where there's certain elements of the animation where like you might not get the full story. And then when I started looking on the internet and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, so animation is actually an adaptation usually of a manga, for example, so that's what kind of led me down like learning a bit more about comics and realizing that, okay, well, there's actually books that tell stories better, you know what I mean? So then that led me, of course, into American style comics as well and things like that. And then I just started kind of being a bit of a collector since then, really. For the last few years now, I tend to take pride in going to like Comic Cons and making sure I always buy a book. Even though I'm a creator myself, I actually take pride in always supporting, local kind of comic creators as well. So You know what I mean? That helps. Everything helps in it.
And that's the important thing. You cannot forget that where you start, there are other people doing the exact same thing. So you're all running a race. It's not who gets there first, is if everybody gets there and when everybody gets there. So
definitely. I'm trying to get there together, you know, trying to get there together as well, definitely. So, you know, I take pride in that. I always like to reach out, you know what I mean, to fellow creators and try and make collaborations as well. I don't know if you guys seen my channel, but I have recently been having some talks with Black Lion and Cubs.
Yeah, saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. Yo, that collab is sexy. I saw that. I was like, oh, Black Lion.
Thank you. Oh, you saw it. Oh, thanks.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You're just reminding me, and I apologize. I wanted to actually pull that up so I can put it on here so that everybody could see. And of course,
and it wasn't my fault.
I did not.
But I did anything, so it's not my fault.
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna.
It's all good, like. Yeah, if you can, or I can plug the socials later and all that stuff at the end anyway, so people can check that out.
You absolutely will be doing that, sir. Thank you so much.
No, thanks. I appreciate that.
Okay. Do you want to get into your comic? We're gonna go panel by panel.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So we were talking about kind of like origin stuff, because I know we were talking about me, wasn't we? But yeah, moving on to the actual comic itself. So we are going to obviously be discussing Day of Reckoning, but the origin story actually is military years, which, you know, we'll maybe cover obviously another time, or, you know, everyone can check it out afterwards. But to kind of talk about Day of Reckoning. Oh, sorry, go on. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you there. Say that again.
No. There is a Discord where you can check out all of the comics that he currently has up and running so far.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's called the Annie Beat server. Yeah, so everyone can check that out later on as well, definitely. So to talk about Day of Reckoning, I do need to kind of go a little bit into military years, but I thought I can just discuss it anyway, regardless. You know what I mean? So
I need the rest of the military years. You ain't gonna leave me on a cliffhanger, doggone it, and then not. You ain't gonna do
Well, I won't do too much spoilers, of course, you know, because, you know, I want everyone just to experience what I'm doing here. But I'm just going to, you know, very light segments, nothing that's going to spoil anybody. But, you know, just so you understand what's going on here, you know what I mean? But Jose basically is a Jamaican soldier, okay? Worked his kind of way up from being in, I guess you can say the slums of Jamaica. And, you know, his parents, kind of long story short, saw him as a bit of an unruly child. So they wanted to kind of send him to the military to kind of get a bit more structure in his life. And from there, he then got kind of like a special, I guess you could say like a scholarship to then go to the US. And then from the US, that's where his story kind of starts a lot more, where he becomes a special ops soldier. Starts as a normal soldier, but then goes into becoming a special ops soldier, which then leads him, of course, into other things which I won't mention, which then prepares for the whole like Day of Reckoning thing. But the two segments of the military years are quite different in a sense for the Day of Reckoning, because the Day of Reckoning is actually the main plot of the series, where like military years is more about just understanding Jose, like his characteristics, what's his drives, you know, what he wants to accomplish in life, and what kind of happens to lead up to, of course, the Day of Reckoning. That's what those two segments are mainly for, I would say, without, you know, spoiling too much.
Spoiling things. Okay, cool. All right. Dude, I do want more of the military years. It's a little fucked up. What happens?
A little? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Ain't a little.
It's a little janky. However, the US be USing, so you know it is.
I read that and screamed on my living room couch. I was like, "Bitch, are you nah."
Yeah, man. Yeah, literally, man. It's messed up. It's messed up. And then what happens, as you guys might have seen, when we go into the Day of Reckoning, a lot of what happened to him then reflects into that. So this is why they are connected, even though it's mainly about Jose's origin story. But especially towards the ending, there are things that or elements, I should say, that kind of lead into the next part. So you kind of got to read the military years as well, you know, to kind of understand a lot more about what's going on.
Okay.
He had me at Jamaican. Ooh, okay.
Really? Really?
No, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, no, big up to who's that? Sorry, it's a bit little. Tafari. Tafari. Jeez, big up the name, man. Tafari. Straight up, man.
Don't
Rastafari. Straight up, man. He's got the name. He's got the name in there. Tafari. Rastafari, man. Come on.
Do not encourage him. Tell you it will never end. It's like Tafari, huh? Oh, never mind.
Huh? Well, that's me. Hi. All right. So we are going to get into the Day of Reckoning, the main story of Osei.
Yeah, Osei.
Got you.
Yeah.
Right. So here is the first panel. Cool. That worked. Sometimes I press buttons and things that I expect to happen do not.
It was meant to be. Look at that. Everything worked. It was serendipity, y'all. We believe in serendipity here.
I'm glad.
All right. So
yeah.
This is your first panel. I'm just looking at the background artwork. Do you want to talk about that? Like, what does that represent? Ooh, goddamn, he's taking hits.
yeah. So the first basically panel just there is kind of a little bit of like almost Jose kind of narrating, you could kind of say. But you know, obviously it's not literally Jose speaking, but it's kind of like it because it's kind of trying to prepare you for what the world is going to be like in the Day of Reckoning. So those are what those kind of words are for, you know, in that sense. If there was one word to kind of, like you said, describe the expected history would be war. War seems to be in all countries and nations, and the usual goal is to take from someone else, still fight, kill. So the idea there is that it's trying to kind of give you kind of a concept of what you're going to be kind of experiencing as you kind of read, you know what I mean, the pages and stuff. To be fair as well, I haven't actually completely finished the Day of Reckoning story just yet. So I'll just more, you know, speak about what I've already kind of pulled out, you know what I mean? But
yeah, my heart is already hurting because you said that. I'm like, what?
No, I wish I could talk about the whole thing, man. But the military years has taken a little bit longer than expected, unfortunately, to kind of like complete and stuff. But I'm almost done with military years, so then I'll be moving on to the main plot, and I cannot wait. I can't wait to like really talk about everything that's going to go on. I really can't wait. So, but yeah, So that's probably what I would say that main first page is about. It's about giving you an idea about what's going on in the world. There's war. It's going to be like a dystopian London. I can definitely reveal that. So it's going to be a dystopian London. That's where the kind of scene's going to be set. Okay. It's set in the future. It is set in the future. It's going to have a bit of like a cyberpunk kind of feel. So big up to those who, you know, like their kind of cyberpunk, because there's going to be a bit of that going on in there as well. But yeah, it's going to definitely be war torn. You know, that's probably the best word I'd say in terms of like how the people are living, you know, what they're experiencing, you know, how they live their lives. It's very much all centered around the place being that kind of constant war. Is probably the best way to say it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Navy, you want to take turns reading?
You know I do. Come on, I've been waiting for this all day. I done got my liquor. I'm sitting here with my headband on. I'm color coordinated. Damn it, I've been waiting. I mean, you're sure, absolutely.
Sure, sounds great. Thanks. Yay. All right. I'll. Well, you know what, Reno, you already took that first panel. Basically, I'll go first.
Yeah, ladies first. That's the rule. It's your show. You're a lady, so I guess that works out.
I mean, both of those things are true. Okay. Some people have given up. Your beard feels.
Even my
Boy,
beard feels offended.
you're fine. You're fine.
I wish, by the way, I wish I had a beard like yours. Like it took me about like what 5 years to grow this little kind of baby fluff. I don't even call it a beard. It's just baby fluff is what I like to call it. I always try to come here and I'm like, no, there's nothing there. Just stop dreaming.
Oh, come on now.
Stop dreaming, man.
To be fair, I'm 55 and I only started growing this like 2 years ago.
2 years, man. Look what I've tried to grow in literally 5, man. What is this, man? Sorry to be random here, but it's like, what is this compared to yours, man?
I am so sorry, sir. I am so sorry.
All right.
That was my soul, man. Magic.
What, it was
Y'all
beard
trade hair tips at the end, everybody. Good
Fine.
Lord. Good. Y'all are worse. Anyway, some people have given up on this world and wait for it to end. These people are anarchy. I can't with my words.
Anarchians from the word anarchy. So from the word anarchy, but it's anarchians. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Got you. These people are anarchy. And I can't. It's not you. It's me. Anarchians. Part non faction and hell bent on chaos. However, there are those who seek for change in the change in the world and want to make peace. These people are buffalo soldiers. They go around the world teaching their philosophies and seek peace among factions. They support the churches by finding new recruits of believers and sometimes aid in battles against the anarchians. I got it.
Anarchians. Right. So let's stop there. Let's stop there for a second, actually, because there was a few things that were revealed there. So firstly, the anarchians, they're part of, I guess, from the whole concept of, let's say, protagonists and antagonists. Anarchians are the antagonists. Yeah. They're definitely the antagonists of the story. They're not the main antagonists, but you're going to see them a lot in the story. I would have, if I prepared a bit better, I would have had some images of the anarchians and stuff, because they're pretty cool. They've got the kind of they look kind of like cyborgs. So that's kind of the whole cyberpunk kind of feel going on. They look like cyborgs. They're really cool. One of my favorite designs, the anarchians. So what they do is that they're kind of the ones who cause a lot of the problems which start war in the actual world. They are under a group called Babylon, well, the Allied Babylonian forces. I won't talk about those guys too much just yet. You know what I mean? Again, don't want to spoil too much. But the Allied Babylonian forces are basically the big top group, and the Anarchians kind of follow under them. And that's basically all. That's all I'll say for now for that. The Buffalo Soldiers, again, so this is going into kind of like Jamaican culture. So a lot of my story, I'm trying to add more and more elements of, my history and my culture and putting it in there. Now, the Buffalo Soldiers are like messengers, right? So this kind of comes from, again, Rastafarian culture, yeah? Because a lot of the time, Rastafarians actually preach about Babylon. Babylon in Rastafarian culture is actually corruption, yeah? People who are, corrupt, evil people, bad people, that kind of thing, in a long kind of short story. Yeah, so so we talk about Babylon, one Babylon. Anyway, so that's where I kind of get the whole Allied Babylonian forces thing from. That they're like a corrupt group, and that's kind of where I'm taking that kind of that idea from. Now, the Buffalo Soldiers, they're messengers actually preaching about the righteous warriors. Yeah, so they're the ones that kind of go around the world, and they're saying that, look, even though the world is war-torn and the world is in a very, very bad place right now, don't worry, because the righteous warriors are coming. Okay, so they're kind of this goes a little bit into kind of Christianity, because I've got a little bit of that in my background as well. So it's kind of if you think of the whole second coming of Jesus kind of thing, but not that deep, of course, but just the idea of that God's coming back kind of thing. So they're kind of these divine warriors that everyone kind of preaches about, that are going to come and basically save the world. That's kind of the idea. So yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And the churches are the ones who are also connected with that. So the churches, of course, help around a lot in the story with people who have, let's say, suffered from war, and the churches actually bring a lot of the people in to kind of support them with, you know, food rations, training them up to be potential soldiers, like those kind of things, like a lot of different type of stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So here we go with the introduction of our main character, Navy.
Yeah,
So,
of course. Don't be rushing me. You know, I
Yeah.
gotta get into character. You know,
yes, find him. Seek, go inside, give backstory.
My name is Ose, and I work as an assassin. But I don't do it because I enjoy killing. I do it for revenge.
Dun, 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 dun!
Word revenge. I'm not going to say nothing, but trust me, keyword revenge.
Here we have a
Very
picture. It's a beautiful morning. Okay, we got that.
Indeed. So, yes, I
Go
got.
ahead.
I was just going to say, what you're seeing there is a kind of, in a way, how Oze likes to kind of live. So, you know, even though it's set, of course, in dystopian London, you're going to see a lot more of like London and stuff like that. In this particular scene, he's actually quite a recluse, and he kind of likes to, you know, not really be around people as much. You
Makes
know,
sense.
so a little bit of a hermit. Yeah, I guess you could say he's a bit like a hermit. So he likes to retire in, like, you know what I mean, mountains, and not really be around people like that.
Well, yeah, twin.
Yeah. So that's what you're seeing with all of that beautiful imagery there. Like, he likes to retire in the mountains and all that kind of stuff on his, like, I guess, days off, I guess you could say.
Right. Okay. Can I take this? I feel like this is. I'll take the top if you take the rest.
Fine.
Maybe. Okay. What is a righteous warrior?
I've searched for an answer for a long time, and I'm no closer to finding any clues. Scroll down a little bit.
I got you. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I got you.
I can't see. There we go.
There you go.
I can't see. Okay.
Sorry.
Ever since I touched the sword that day, it's been repeating the same words. Become a righteous warrior. Search for divine weapons. Are the divine weapons and righteous warriors connected somehow? The days have been long and grueling, but I must not give up now, or I will never be rid of this sword. If I have strength in me, I will continue the search.
Danger. Danger. Seek out the divine weapon now. Oh wait, that was you, isn't it?
No, that was you. That was perfect. Because
Okay.
that's speaking from the spirit of the sword. You know, so that's perfect. You had this all mother sound to you. You know, I like that.
Okay. Yes.
Wait. The sword is glowing. Why do I feel uneasy? I can't tell what it is, but it feels like it's pulling me towards it. It's almost as if something's calling out to me. From what the sword told me already, the divine weapons are legendary artifacts with hidden powers sealed within them.
Let's stop there for 1 second, just for, of course, all the crowds. Yeah, let's stop there for 1 second, so I can explain a couple of things. You mentioned about the spirit being in the sword, and yes, that is definitely correct. All of the divine weapons have a type of spirit in them. Okay, so that's all I'll say on that. Again, not trying to reveal too much, but that's one thing.
I was right.
Yeah, so I'll happily reveal that part because, you know, that's coming up pretty soon anyway. So I'll happily reveal that part in my pages that are coming out pretty soon. There'll be a lot mentioning about, like, you know, the spirits and the swords and all that kind of stuff. But I'll leave it at that for the moment, just so the audience can kind of keep up with what's going on with the pages as well. So there's that. And of course, obviously, yeah, the weapons being, of course, divine weapons. I kind of mentioned a little bit about that in a few of my videos, that basically the weapons themselves, like I said, are legendary. They've existed for like thousands of years. And a lot of the power that is drawn from the characters and their abilities and stuff actually does come from the weapons. But that's all I'll say on that anyway. The whole thing with the sword glowing. That basically is going to be kind of like a communicator for the fact that when there are other divine weapons, kind of, let's say, nearby, it functions as an indicator. So in my other pages, I'm going to kind of be explaining that a little bit more better. But of course, like I said, this is just the start, so I'm still quite new with relaying all of the story because there's a lot to cover, as you can see. But yeah, so the whole thing about danger, and all that stuff, that means that basically there's someone else who's also a divine weapon user, and it's kind of warning him of that. So yeah, so that's all I'll say on that.
You know, this sort of reminds me of Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay.
You have vassal weapons or vassal weapon holders. They possess these weapons who have a spirit or an aura within them.
Ooh.
But these weapons can only really be useful to the selected user. So that makes sense because the vassals can pick up other vassal users and other vassal weapons. So this is where I'm getting this from. It's like, okay, I'm fucking with this. Okay,
that sounds quite similar to what I'm kind of rocking with as well. Definitely. I don't know if with their ones, if the actual the weapons actually choose their wielders, because that's kind of another thing with Malman as well. The weapons choose who they kind of want to be with, but I don't know if that was part of that as well. But yeah, that's one of my other little things too. So yeah,
it feels like it's a little bit of a Thor thing too. Like if you're, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're worthy,
yes,
you can pick up the hammer.
Very true. Very true. And part of the animation clips, which I have as well, which maybe we can talk about that at the end or something, kind of, showcases a little bit about that. But again, I won't say too much on that. But yeah, there are some indicators of that whole thing of, choosing the weapon and if the wielder's the right wielder of the weapon or not. Yeah, there's certain indicators for those kind of things as well in like my animation clips and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Is it, just so I can have it queued up, is it on the Discord?
The animation clips, yes, they are actually. There is a section called trailers, and when you click on that, they'll be in there. Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull that up in the middle of our conversation. I will work on that. But we press on. Hi.
No worries, man. I appreciate it.
No worries.
This is me still.
Yes.
Fine. I still don't understand what the purpose of seeking out the divine weapons is, but I can't be free until I find and collect them. And then hear me go. All right, stop bugging me. Is this you? Danger.
Wait, hold on. I can't see. Shit, sorry. Danger. Seek out the divine weapon.
No time to think.
That's the whole spirit of the sword talking there, isn't it? Yeah, stop bugging me. Spirit sword speaks into his head. That's basically the easiest way to explain that. Yeah.
Got it. Cortana. Got it. No problem.
Yeah. There it is.
Mm-hmm. No time to think. Let's go and find out what it is I'm sensing.
Someone! I don't know if it's a dude or a chick right now, but
it
here
worked.
we are.
It still worked. No one is coming for you. All the villagers are scared of us. She got the face like,
it's going.
Hey, back off. Who the hell are you? To be honest, you don't want to know. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. Fool. Out of my way or you can die with her. Ting. Damn it. I can't use this sword here because of strange presence I'm sensing. I'll have to use my other blade. I've had enough. Take this. Damn, that joker detached. What?
Whoops. Whoopsie. Oh, shit. Pardon.
Detached. What happened to my club? This you can jump in on.
Well, now. It seems I'm a little late for the party.
And we introduce another kind of, I guess you could say, main character who will follow Oze throughout the stories, who is the lovely Makanda,
Yes.
the talented spear user from the origins of South Africa, very specifically the Xhosa or the Xhosa. I can't even say the word properly without getting my tongue twisted, but it's the Xhosa, as they kind of say. So yeah, but I say Xhosa, but it's actually Xhosa.
Oh, Lord.
Something along those lines there.
Lord,
So,
here she goes.
yeah.
So my question for you, my friend, real quick, is why did you choose a halberd for his weapon?
A halberd. I've always quite loved halberds. I've always kind of loved seeing them. I've always quite loved kind of like long, what do you call those kind of long sticks again? What are they called again? That's a bit like it's just the stick version.
The bow staff?
Bow staffs, yeah.
Oh,
Bow staffs, yeah. I love bow staffs. I've that comes actually from my love of course Dragon Ball, with like old school Goku with like, you know, the long staff that he used to have on his back when he was a kid, but also playing games like Soul Calibur, which had like a cool use of like a bow staff in there as well. I don't think guys remember Soul Calibur. It hasn't really been around of recent, but it's a fighting game. Yeah, a little fighting game there that I loved as well. So I've always loved that. But then also when it comes that, of course, with the halberd, of course, having an axe on the top, I just thought it would have been a bit more cooler as well. There's stuff with the start, but again, I don't want to say much on that. There are other reasons why, but I just can't reveal those things as yet because I don't want to spoil it. Oh gosh,
like, I want to, but I can't.
It's like you can see in my face like how much I just want to talk about it, but I just can't talk about that yet. Can't talk about that part yet. But there are other reasons. But yeah, it's that. Those are the two main reasons. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
I'm going to be very, very kind to you at the end of all this, but I do need you to finish this because I kind of want to curse you out a little bit. But you my guest, and I don't want to be disrespectful. However, I need you to finish this.
Let's see, if you curse him out, that means he's family. So by rights, you know, he's in.
Motherfucker, I need you to hurry up and finish this goddamn project. I need to keep moving this shit right now, quick, okay?
100%. I take that as, you know, you're passionate and you're interested. So no, that's gonna make me want to finish this even faster. Yeah, I do really want to get this out. You know, especially this main plot. I really want to get it out, definitely.
Yikes!
You
cut him
got
off at the
something.
knee, literally.
I need. Okay.
100%.
So
I agree.
Homeskin. Yeah, he fucks up homeboy real quick.
He went from a home skillet to a home fry. He just got cut.
Pop. And then she went, yeah. Oh, he didn't even see that coming.
We getting a bit gory here. You know what I mean? Blood spewing and all that. Yeah, that was just a artistic add to that because you know, I didn't, when I was speaking with my draw about it, I didn't actually mention about I want literally blood spilling guts everywhere, but he just kind of added it in and I was like, oh right, you know what, that looks kind of dope though, like the way artistically it's very creative, so I was like, you know what, I'll just roll with it. You know what I mean?
I like it.
It's giving Jackson Pollock.
100%. It just shows, like, you know, how you know, I guess efficient the cut was, you know what I mean, from the blades. So you know what I mean?
The blades in the grass.
Oh, Lord.
Indeed.
No way.
The grass is
done. He had no chance, you know what I mean? He had absolutely no chance.
and they do all this silently. So this is like a blade move or so, like poor baby.
There was no
anyway.
I feel sorry for him.
There's no need for commentary to do those scenes. There's no point.
Not at all. Not at all. Indeed. And that's where that stops, unfortunately. Yes, that's where that stops.
And I feel like they're both saying it at the same time.
You see my face, right?
Yeah.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
He said to be continued.
But that was at the time. I should kind of remove that, but obviously I know there's more pages afterwards, but at the time that's where it kind of stopped. But this is actually a good part actually to kind of stop at for a second, because Those two faces that you see of them two, that's actually when they face off. And I don't know if you was able to load up any of the trailers or the videos, but there's actually an animation clip of them two facing off. You know what I mean? So that's on there, like a little small battle scene kind of thing there. So yeah.
Sorry. Give me a second. I got you. 2 seconds.
So while she's getting 2 or 3 seconds, so Reno, I have another question for you.
Of course.
Please.
What is your favorite go-to anime? Because obviously you've been influenced by anime. Do you have a go-to? Now, when I mean by go-to, I mean the one that no matter how many other series you've watched, this is one that you will go back to every single time, whether it's a movie or a series.
Okay. Right. I'm a bit of a binger of anime, so I'm gonna have to kind of dig through my like skeleton closet of collections in my head, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm a binge watcher. I just love anime. But I do definitely enjoy shonen anime. I do love like superpower type anime and stuff like that. I've got a few kind of, you know, slice of life ones in there, like Spy X Family. I did love that show, do you know what I mean, as well. But yeah, so it'll definitely be a shonen anime. I would say definitely, you know, from a creator, especially from a creator standpoint, I would say Naruto, because I think it's quite a complete story, Naruto.
Okay.
I would say Naruto is a very complete story, from most kind of aspects of fight scenes, powers, emotional parts, character development, that kind of thing. I'd say Naruto is quite a complete story, you know. Okay. So I do really like that. You know, Dragon Ball, of course, like, you know, that was my first kind of introduction to anime. So I know people are hating on it at the moment. Some people complain about, oh, Super wasn't that great, blah, blah, blah. But me, I'm like, nah, I don't. Nah, I love it. I love Dragon Ball regardless.
It's all about you, homie. It's all about you. Nah, don't worry about them.
Right. I feel like people that now have so many options get to say that about Dragon Ball, because back when it was just Dragon Ball, greatest thing in the world.
That was
greatest thing in the world. Honestly, never before thought it is a good anime. All right, relax, respect your elders.
Yeah, respect your elders, man. You know, because again, I'm just getting into my bit of my opinion here, like, but you know, they talk about the big three and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But like, you know, come on, let's be realistic here. There was a big three before the big three, and one of those big ones would have been Dragon Ball. Do you know what I mean? There's quite a few shows that came up before the big three. Like Yu Yu Hakusho is a fantastic show.
Thank you.
I was about to say it. Yu Yu Hakusho is fucking fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. You're big enough as well. 100%.
I only just started watching it, so I agree. So far,
yeah,
I agree.
The Dark Tournament is by far one of their best storylines. The Dark
Tournament. Oh my gosh, amazing, man. But yeah, you know, who knows? I might even put a little tournament kind of series like that in my thing, because that Dark Tournament thing was amazing, man. 100%. You know, who knows? Who knows? But Dragon Ball actually had an other world tournament too. They had a little similar thing as well, because the other world tournament they had was pretty good. With like PyCon and a few of those other guys, if you remember, like PyCon and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good one.
Oh yeah. The Tournament of Power from Dragon Ball Super will always be that extremely memorable event, because you brought all these characters together and the fights.
100%. Oh my amazing!
God, just mind blowing.
That's all it is. It's just like that, you know, the Tournament of Power, that they focused a lot on fighting, which was fine, you know what I mean? So some people might be like, oh, I didn't have enough of a storyline. But no, the fight scenes were absolutely amazing. You know, you really can't complain about the fight scenes.
It's the trailer. Yay.
Which leads me right into.
Oh, yes. Nice. Cool, man. You managed to get it up. Sick.
Shout out to YouTube Premium for being amazing, because fuck it, I hate commercials.
I only got it because it's free. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's see. Osei and Makanda. Makanda. Please tell me y'all can hear it.
Who are you?
I can hear it.
You seem to be the one my sword is reacting to.
Funny enough, I was just about to say the same thing. I mean, I'm just the guy who got lost in town. but my Halberg has been acting up since I got here.
You are the first clue to this madness I have found myself in for a long time. And you're gonna tell me what you know.
Whoa, calm down. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely in the dark about things.
Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
You will talk, one way or another.
What did I do to deserve this?
You dodged it? Get back here! Fight me like a man!
Why are we fighting?
Fine, so be it. I'll let my anger manifest.
Calm down. Didn't you both come here to save me? Well, I'm fine now, so try to talk to each other.
I'll make you talk, sooner or later.
Pause it there. That's just the background thing at the end. So it's all good.
I got you.
That was fucking dope. Oh my god.
Very much so. There's another trailer that you have in here too. I don't know if you want me to.
You can play if you want to. Obviously, we were kind of just going because we were following the pages. I thought it would have been a good time to maybe show that part to kind of shows you what happens afterwards. But yeah, you can show the first one as well. Definitely.
Okay, because this what is it? Leans into like the middle ground.
Right, yeah. So then let's stop it just for a second, and I'll give a small little disclaimer. I'll give a small quick disclaimer. So this trailer is before the Day of Reckoning. It actually links with what happens in the military years, but just after certain things that happen. That's the best way to explain it without, of course, giving away too much. So yeah, it's just before the kind of Day of Reckoning starts happening. I would say that's probably the best way to say it.
Gotcha.
It's a middle, if you will, not pre.
Yeah, it's kind of a connector. So, as we were saying at the beginning with the whole, all right, so you've got the military years, which is the origin story, and then you've got the Day of Reckoning, which is going to, of course, be the main plot. This is kind of like that connector of those two things. So it's actually quite an important scene as well. So, have a little look, ask me some questions afterwards. I'll happily answer them.
So it's before the partridge and after the pear tree. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get you back here. Okay, cool. The animation is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. They did well with this one.
So much chaos.
Oh, I know this scene. Oh my gosh, yo. I know this scene. Fuck yeah.
What is this?
Righteous one. Become a righteous one. Seek divine weapons.
No. This has to stop now.
Become a righteous
What have I done?
Sure, yeah, that's it really.
Yo, when you read a series of panels, but you see it animated, it's a totally different vibe. It's like I read that, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I know what you left out, so bravo to that one. But to see it, it's like, oh, let's go! Yeah!
Thank you so much, man. So one thing I'll definitely say is that particular trailer is kind of like a very kind of quick summary of actually all of the I'd say Okay, so one thing we haven't mentioned yet, I should have mentioned this actually so earlier, is that we've talked about military years, yeah? We've talked about a bit about Day of Reckoning, but in between those two is also Awakened Power, okay? So there is a section in my Discord with pages with about Awakened Power. So you've got a segment there with both Jose in terms of his power awakening, and then you've also got a segment for Makanda with his power awakening as well. This trailer is about Jose's power of awakening. That's basically, yeah, easy to put it. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Y'all join his Discord and check this out, because I'm telling you,
yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
And that is why I'm leaving this little a bit information up. Y'all, please go follow this man on Instagram, Annie Beats Comics. Go to the website www.anniebeats.co.uk.
By the way, just quickly, sorry, I haven't managed to change that yet, but my website is in the works at the moment. But it will be, it's going to be up. But my website is currently being under construction, so I'm still working. It's going to be up soon. But yeah, all my social medias are still there and everything. That's all good. And Discord.
As I always say, Instagram is a place. Go there to follow him and get updated on all the works that he's going to be doing. Sirs.
Yeah, what she said.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This is a wonderful beginning. It's a great beginning. And the fact that you've been working, when did you, actually, that's my first question. When did this first initially come out? I know you've been in the comic world or mindset for the last 2 or 3 years, which is already impressive. When did the first issue come to be?
Right. So the first issue, I would say, was last year. I dropped it. I think it was around the end of summer. I think it was either August or September. Just can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I dropped the first issue, which was actually more about awakened power. So to give you guys, a small backstory on this, the Jose military years actually came after Awakened Power. So my first issue was actually more about when Jose was starting off in the mountains. He touches the sword, you saw that big opening of like the portal and stuff. That was kind of, I guess, the initial first issue. But then after kind of, speaking to people about stuff, they were like, oh, yeah, we kind of want to know a bit more about like Jose, who he is and stuff like that. So then that's what led me to then do the origin story. So everyone would kind of understand a bit more about Jose and who he is and stuff as we kind of, follow through. But the first issue was Awakened Power Jose, which I do have like a comic cover for, but you can check it out on Discord anyway. It should be on there somewhere. But yeah, so that was the first issue in terms of that. And then, of course, the trailer came about a year afterwards, I'd say. I think it was only about a year after that.
Oh, wow. So it came out this year, the trailer?
Yeah, well, no, wait, hold on. When did I really? Oh gosh, I'm not too good with my dates and stuff. I've got so much I've been working on all my days. When did I release it? No, I think I released it late last year. No, sorry. I released it late last year. So no, excuse me. The year before is when I think I released the first issue, and then the trailer came. So what would that be? 2022. Yeah, 2022, and then 2023, late 2023 is when I put out the trailer. Yeah. Sorry.
Months just seem to meld together, so it all gels together. You can't even keep track. No. So I get it.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Trust me, man. There's so much to always work on. So yeah, sometimes I forget dates.
It doesn't matter until you get the work done. The date doesn't matter in your head. So it's like
true.
Time kind of doesn't mean anything, even though there are deadlines. It's pressure. How long did it take you from, I guess, the inception of the idea to actually bring it to life? Because for you to go from having the digital comic to having the anime within a year, does not happen very often.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
It doesn't. You've got to find animators, money. You've got to find voice actors, more money. And you've got to build the platform, website, money, in order to bring all of that together. So the fact that you were able to do this within the year is commendable, to say the least.
I appreciate it. So from when I first had the idea. So again, dates wise, what I definitely remember, of course, is when I started this, which was late 2020, about September 2020 to be very specific. I from when I started, building together like the characters and the comic and stuff, I already had an idea that I wanted animation because, as you know, I'm a big anime fan, and I always, from when I made, I guess, Oze, and I saw, okay, this is the character, this is what I want to represent Righteous Warriors. I already had in my head, like, I want to see him moving. I want to see, him interacting. So from there, I gave myself I guess you could say, a time frame of about roughly 2 years. I told myself that roughly around like 2022 to 2023, I'm going to have a deadline that I want, and then a clip out. Even if it's not, I haven't got an animation series yet, of course, but I wanted to have some type of animation. And, I can proudly say that I kind of, I would say stuck to that time frame, which is something I am proud of in that sense. But you are right. All of these things do cost a lot of money. Animation is really expensive. So if anyone's out there interested in it, I'll let you know from now, it is expensive, animation. I think that the people who I work with are quite reasonable, but it can get very expensive with animation. But, I really wanted to see it. I really wanted it out there. So, I found a way. So, yeah.
Based on the people that we've had the chance to talk to, we see that animation is definitely an investment. It's definitely something that you want to see your drawn, written work come to life on the screen. And I think everybody who creates something, they want to see their baby grow. And that's what it boils down to. You want to see your baby grow, and you want it to become something that's memorable, damn near a household name, and something that you can pass on to the next generation. And I can see this story doing just that, going from you to teenagers to comic fans. I'd love to see that. So here's a question for you. Have you considered going to cons outside of the UK to show your works? Because I know this at BlurredCon would be off the fucking charts.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I appreciate your enthusiasm with that. Definitely. Yes.
It's the drugs.
Well, hopefully, people have like that drug feeling for Righteous Warriors as well. So I do hope, everyone's kind of, interested. But to answer your question, sorry. Yes, I do definitely have plans for that. I was going to try this year because I do know about oh my gosh, what's it called off the top of my head? What's the big one called? DreamCon. Yes, I wanted to go to DreamCon this year. I wanted to, right? But I just had a few, unfortunately, kind of I guess you could say financial obstacles. Because obviously I'm in London, UK, but that is definitely part of my plan. I want to go to a few cons out there, man. I'll just do like a whole big like world trip of them. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously the world's a big place, and I know that there's a lot of comic fans, especially in the US. Whereas in the UK, I would say there's more anime fans. Someone else might have a different opinion than me, but I would say there's more anime fans in the UK more so. Whereas I know there's a big comic community more so out in the US. So definitely part of my plans.
Okay.
That actually sounds true. Like, I just think there's such an anime rush, I feel like, now here in the US. I feel like as far as the media goes, it's very much Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, One Piece, like it's starting to explode. But it makes me nervous for comics so much. I feel like it's not dying, it's at least endangered a little bit, and which is why I'm trying to make a platform to get people to realize you need the books before you get the animation. You need the books first.
Yes.
What I want to ask you this respectfully. Do you think that you would have would you want a mentor of sorts to help you guide yourself through either
The
structure,
minefield.
ideas, inspiration, name a thing. Like, is that something that you think that you would benefit from, or do you like being able to have free thought and work out those problems on your own in order to create your baby without influence?
Actually, no. I actually do enjoy feedback, especially from fellow creators. If you ever have, I forgot his exact name, but the one of the two owners from Midnight Comics. If you ever have them on the show,
Lloyd,
you
yeah,
know,
Lloyd.
and you mentioned me, I actually have had a consultation with them, just kind of like discussing about, story writing and, what I mean, and, stuff like that. So they gave me some fantastic feedback, which I am actually implementing now. So no, I do definitely reach out to people, especially if I get, I guess you could say, writer's block. We're all human in it, and I get writer's block all the time. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of hurdles with writing my story. It's in a much more solid place now, but if I spoke to you about, let's say, 2 years ago, there was definitely a lot of small gaps that I had to kind of, fill out and stuff. But that's just part of the journey, of course. Do you know what I mean? In terms of being a writer. But no, I definitely reach out to people. I've reached out to some other creators, but some of them haven't got back to me when I ask certain questions. But one guy who I really, really want to big up now, who I just remembered, is Impound Comics, because you know what? Big up to him.
Let's go.
Anytime I've sent that guy messages just about stuff, and he responded to me like really quickly. There's certain things he didn't answer to me, and that's cool. But anytime I reached out to him, he was really cool. Like, he just responded to me real quick, and I was like, "Rah, damn, man," because he's quite big himself. You know what I mean? In is it San Diego? No, not San Diego. Where's it? Oh, where's he from again? Where's it again? I forgot where he's from.
Impound, he's in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Sorry, not San Diego. Sorry, Sacramento. That's it. I know he's quite big out in Sacramento. Like, he's one of the main guys out there. So I'm big up to him. And with his busy schedule, a lot of the time, if I need a quick question to ask him, where it was about, like, I don't know, something to do with my comic or little things that he does and stuff, he usually responded to me really quickly. So from someone who hasn't met me directly, I do really appreciate what he does as well for me. But him, big up to, like I said, Midnight Comics. They're fantastic. They helped me a little bit with my story writing as well, like I said. So yeah, man. No, I like the feedback, man, because when you're one person doing a lot of things, like, sometimes you just need an outside person to kind of just, like, sometimes just come in and just give you little hints and tips and stuff, So I appreciate all of that, man.
That part. What? Why are you pointing at me? I don't owe anybody
when
money.
When you're one person and you need some hints and tips and shit.
Yeah, say no more, man. No, I'll definitely. I'll reach out to both of you, man. I'm sure you both, got lovely knowledge that we haven't even spoken about on the show. So yeah, I definitely will, man. 100%.
No problem. To be fair, I've been a comic fan since I was 9. I've been collecting. I've had the honor of talking to different creators in the industry, from writers to artists to animators, and as more of a fan than anything else. So I've genuinely become a fan of your work, even though I think yesterday and today were the first time I've read everything. I'm on board. You've got a fan of me now. I want to see you finish this, because I'm tired of things ending and to be continued. Okay? I'm not much longer on this earth. I got another 60 years, 60 good years. I need you to finish that. Okay?
Well, yeah. Hopefully, I'll finish it before that beard gets any longer. You know what I mean? I'll try that, definitely.
You got less than a week. Then that thing grows like wildfire.
Oh, damn it, man! I shouldn't even have said that now. Oh, damn it.
Shut your pie hole, okay? I'm trying to keep it from getting longer. Good Lord, this thing is damn thing is a bush. What are you talking about? And I'm still single, so I don't even know if I'm doing something wrong.
Literally, man, you can give some of that beard to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'll rock it, man. I'll put some, like, super glue on it and everything, man.
What I want you to do is, when I make a trip over to the UK, You just need to be my tour guide. That's all. Because that is
100%.
going to London has always been on my bucket list. I've been to
After
Scotland.
he finishes the comic, after you finish your, I need.
You don't want to get me distracted, do you?
No, sir, no.
It's always
The fucking
something.
pub, none of that shit. I need it finished today.
It's always something. Fine. Okay. Jeez.
We'll get to it though. We'll get to it.
Is there any? Do you have any wants aside from him finishing the comic? Obviously, are there any wants? And in the crowd too, is there anything that y'all want to see? Is there anything that y'all really liked about the comic itself? I know for me,
Bama
you know what I'm
behavior.
saying. You know what I'm gonna complain about, right? We talked about that. I tried to get you to fix it earlier. Okay, that's my only thing. I want to know if you are going to be switching back and forth between manga style or if you're going to do a straight comic style.
Yeah. So I will be working on that. Initially, I guess in my head I was thinking more kind of manga, but I don't know. Like I'll think about that one. You know, it was initially going to be more of a manga style, so it might stay that way. So from like right to left and stuff. But yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. Though. Yeah, okay. I will do, and to everyone, of course, in the crowd later on. But yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say because the key thing to remember, if it comes to Western comic fans, they're already indoctrinated on how to read it.
Yeah.
So if they read it a specific way for years, and then there's a twist. Nothing against my fellow comic fan, I love y'all, but y'all bitch way too fast on simple shit. When all you got to do is use your common sense. Okay, if you have a question, you contact the creator. Says, "Hey, is this how this is supposed to be?" Don't sit there and say it's trash because your comprehension is hot garbage. Okay.
Yeah.
Or as I say, hot garbage. So, if you can't take the art for what it is, then feel free to ask exactly how is it supposed to be received. Because what you've done, I love it. Don't make any changes unless you want to make those changes.
Yeah. I'll say one thing though, actually. When I look at it from a fan base, or let's say my target audience, when I think about who's my target audience, right? In that perspective, of course, one of my key places will definitely be America. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, I want to come over there. I want to promote my thing more. I know there's going to be, like you said, a lot of fans out there. So if we look at it from that perspective, and we're reeling it in, then yeah. I guess I might as well more focus on, like you said, the more American style comic way of doing with things. And, I might adjust it more to that instead, which of course I know is from like, left to right instead of right to left. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So in that way, I'm thinking about that and I'm thinking, yeah, that might be my possibility. So that's what I say.
I kind of had a thought and idea. Please throw it away if it does not fit you.
Of course.
This is scary. Watch out.
No, go for it.
Make sure you can
my thought is to do both, but when you're doing the OSI military years, do it in the American format because American military, and then do the manga version for the straight main series because it does have a little of that Asian influence that might be.
Yes, that's true.
That's actually a really good idea.
Seems like
could be. Yeah, definitely.
If it doesn't cost you $1 billion.
So the military.
No, it won't. No. It's not. It wouldn't be a big deal to kind of swap over certain things and stuff like that. Even if it's just how it is, I can just work on that for my future pages as well. So yeah.
See, I can see that if you take military years and do it in normal comic fashion, but then you make the Awakened Powers and Day of Reckoning, put that on manga style. That would be absolute fire. I think that would be fire because in Awakened Powers, you're bringing these characters to the current story.
Yeah.
And with Day of Reckoning, when you get, I think it's Day of Reckoning when you get them both together.
That's the main plot. Yeah, that would be the main plot when they're both together. Yeah, that's right.
We're talking shonen style, just like you're a fan of shonen style. I think you as a shonen fan would be on board with that. So that's just my suggestion as I sip my adult beverage. That's just my suggestion.
No worries. And I appreciate both your feedbacks, you know, because like, you know, I'm telling you, sometimes like it just gets tricky, you know, when, like I said, when you're just one person. So like I said, when we were talking about mentors earlier, man, I appreciate all feedback, man. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Just the fact that you guys brought me on here and then we can talk about stuff that's going on. Man, I appreciate it all, man. You know what I mean? So I'll just say that definitely. And I appreciate all feedback, man. So yeah, man. It's not easy just being one person, like we said earlier, man. So trust me, like, yeah, definitely.
That's true. But you have something about you, I think a lot of comic creators out there need to have, and it's a level of humbleness about your creation. You want it to be great, but your creation is a reflection of the creator. So if the creator isn't appreciative of what their process entails, then neither will the fan, because if you don't believe in it, they're not going to believe in it.
No, very true, very true. And you know, of course, like, you know, the creator, of course, you know, they get, you know, I'm a person, of course, like, you know, I like to, you know, incorporate, you know, I mean, my own ideas and things like that. Of course, you know, I mean, I'm the creator, of course, that makes sense. But you know, if someone like, or even like a fan was like, you know, they asked me about, oh, like, you know, is there, I don't know if there's some type of element that they were interested in, and they were like, oh, rah, like, is this gonna happen or whatever? You know what I mean? You know, I might say to myself, okay, if it makes sense, then who knows? I might do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially if it was something towards, like, I don't know, you know, because like I said, my comics got a lot of kind of like Rastafarian kind of, you know, elements in it. So if someone was like a big Rastafarian fan, let's say like Tafari TV, who came on the comments earlier, and they were like, oh yeah, man, like, I'm loving all that Rastafarian stuff. Like, could you? There's something of like the Rastafarian culture that, you know what I mean, that could incorporate. Like, if it made sense to me, then hell yeah. Like, if it made sense, I'd probably pull it in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In some sort of like way, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by like feedback. Like, you know, if it makes sense to me in my head, I'm not going to be stubborn and just go, oh, nah, forget about it. No. Like, I like to kind of, the best way to say is I like to keep an open mind. You know what I mean? In that sense, you know, and everything, like, you know, because the fans are the ones as well, man. Like, you know what I mean? They're also like, you know what I mean, the reflection of like, you know, if it's going to be a success or if it's not. So, you know, I saw some comments where people saying they liked it and stuff. So that's great. You know what I mean? That's a good step moving forward. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
I approve.
Yes. Okay. Well, this is the second time that I've managed to do this. I had no idea that you were number one, firstly, I knew that you were involved with